James Castle, born September 24, 1900, Garden Valley, Idaho. The fifth of 8 children. He was 2 months premature, deaf and dumb, or, as we have come to think in hindsight, profoundly deaf and possibly autistic.
My name is Kim Weild. I am the director for Soot and Spit by Charles Mee, which is having its world premiere here at ASU. I have a deaf brother. I want to create theater that my brother could come and see and feel included in.
My name is Robert DeMayo. My name's time is Robert, like that. I am a deaf actor. My role in Soot and Spit is as James Castle, the deaf artist the play is about.
Soot and Spit is a play/musical that Charles Mee wrote about the artist James Castle, who was born profoundly deaf. Some think he might also have been autistic.
After Kim sent me the script, I thought, okay, James Castle, who is this person?
In his lifetime, he created over 20,000 works of art. He used the soot from the wood-burning fireplace, or wood-burning stove, and he really chose to work in this remarkable gray scale, using the soot and his own spit. And this musical is a celebration about his life.
So I did some research. I kind of checked into him, and I thought he was a very fascinating person. I wanted to be involved in this project. I wanted to learn more about James himself and who he was, because James actually is what pulled me into the project.
Being the world premiere production of Soot and Spit, it's an open canvas. I'm not carrying any baggage of previous productions with me. At the same time, because it is an open canvas, there's a huge responsibility, I feel, to James Castle, as well as to Chuck, to Charles Mee. It's very complex. There are a lot of components. There is set design, lighting design, media design, sound design, costume design. There's a choreographer, so Dan Puccio, who's doing original compositions. There's a 5-piece band on stage. We're also going to have interpreters for opening weekend. There are a lot of people working on the show. You have the actors from ASU, then we have the actors from Detour. 3 have Down syndrome, 1 has a cognitive learning disability. Then you have Robert DeMayo, who's playing James Castle, who's a profoundly deaf actor. So for me, I knew it was really important to cast a deaf actor in the lead to play James. There was no way I was not going to do this play if I didn't have a deaf actor. If you don't sign, working with a deaf actor presents some challenges.
You know, the struggles, as far as the hearing actors, was that there was one who knew some sign, but none of the rest signed. And so it was really hard to communicate. For me to be involved with everyone was tough. They'd all be talking, and I'd feel a little left out. So it was hard for me to really participate before we got the interpreters to come in and work with us. That was my biggest frustration. It's funny. Kim contacted me, emailed me, and I didn't know who she was. She said she was from New York, and I thought, okay. I kind of did a little checking on Facebook with my friends from New York, and they said, oh, congratulations, tell Kim I love her. They knew Kim. They were all these deaf people, and I'm like, you know Kim? How do I not know Kim? And I learned more about her. She has a deaf brother, and I was like, okay. And I kept discovering new things. And it was cool because she knew sign, so that helped a little bit. So we kind of had that connection. We had this relationship, an added layer to the director-actor relationship.
Robert and I, in a very short period of time, we have a very strong connection. So we're able to work with each other and be very hooked in with each other in such a way that it's kind of hard to explain, but it's unspoken. In Soot and Spit, Chuck wrote a chorus of 6 actors with Down syndrome. Because this is a world premiere, what I'm trying to do is give the production what he wrote. Detour Company Theater is a theater company that was founded 15 years ago by a woman named Sam. She goes by one name. She happens to be a graduate, an alum of ASU. She also has a son who was born with brain damage. And over the past 15 years, she has directed 24 productions. And what she does is, for me, it's a kind of radical inclusion. I don't know that she's ever turned anyone away from Detour who has come to audition. So Detour is a local company that does remarkable work that's really about possibility and not disability.
It's very interesting, the Detour company. Now, I had already worked in the past in other places with similar actors, and I never had any problems. You know, we could talk, and I have a few friends that have Down syndrome, so it was just one of those things. But in this group, this Detour group, the 4 of them, they weren't all the same. There was such diversity among them. You know, one is older, one is a talkative one. We have one who's kind of shy, but inside she really shines. And then we have one who is very quiet. There was such diversity among the 4 of them, so it was very interesting interacting with them and working with them. I thought it was a cool experience to work with them.
We work with Detour on Wednesdays and Fridays for 2 hours from 4 to 6. And the whole company, meaning the ASU company, Robert, and the Detour actors comes together. I warm them up, we play some games, we learn the music, we dive in, we start with the staging, and the company, the ASU company, has been terrific in figuring it out very quickly. Because this is the first time I've ever worked with actors with Down syndrome. As I said to all of the actors, they're part of the company. So it's not about treating them any differently. No, they're part of the company. And we make adjustments as need to be made, but we keep the bar raised. I don't know that there's anything average about this. You know, honestly, though, every rehearsal process is its own unique thing because every play is its own unique play.